Hello everyone, this is Charles BridgTec with another flashlight review, this time from NiWalker. This is their MiMax 6S Esquare. Comes in this carrying case or storage case. Now I was sent this by Banggood.com. They wanted me to test and review this light. So let's wait no further. Let's open it up, see what's in. And it comes with a manual here that's printed out, like on one side. Okay. Now this here, to my understanding, puts out 5,500 lumens on turbo. So comes with a lanyard and looks like one extra O-ring. And they included a battery wrapper. Pretty interesting. Case here is nice, good for storage or transport. Nice foam inside, so I'll be using that to store it in. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the light. There it is. Now I like this finish. Has a nice aluminum look to it. Show you the back here. Does have writing. Lets you know what it is there on the very front. That is the power switch. Got some knurling here. A lot of heat sinking here. Look how deep those are. Then of course you've got a charging port. This is USB rechargeable. Now this is a very unique design. I've seen this on some other lights that had these. Another one of my flashlights had a thrower and combination of this at the top of it. So this is going to give a real floody beam on this. You can table stand this if you want. Style and design on this is nice. I'm not seeing any issues here. It's definitely different. The machining and finish on this is very nice. Alright, well now let me go ahead and take this apart and I'll show you the insides. Straight contact point there on the tail cap. You can see down in there as well. Does have a little grease on the threads and on the O-ring. Alright, so now this takes a 21700 cell, so I'm going to go ahead and bring one out that I'm going to use in this test. These are some acetate batteries that I got a long time ago, about a year and a half ago. And not too sure where you can get these anymore. They were selling them on Amazon, so if you Google search you might be able to find these. Now this is a 3750 milliamp. This is a high amp cell. This is a 15 amp. So hopefully I'll be able to run this bad boy's turbo of 5,500 lumens. And Go ahead and put that in there. Now we'll go ahead and get started on the UI. Now the UI is pretty different on this. The UI is like this on my other NiWalker lights, so I think they just kind of use that like of a trademark thing. But to me, it's not real user friendly. It is different. The only thing I don't like the fact is you got to turn the light off, turn it back on, and that's the only issue I have as far as the UI is concerned, is the fact you've got to turn it off, turn it back on within 1 second to be able to advance through those user outputs. Now that's the way it is on my other NiWalker lights, so it's just something that you got to kind of deal with. So we're going to go ahead and show you now. Okay, I'm going to go over the UI and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about with having to turn the light off and turn it back on in order to go to the next level. So we're going to turn it on here. As you can see, it is on, believe it or not. And you can see it's real low moonlight, firefly, whatever you want to call it. And that's only probably about a half a lumen, if even that, for all you moonlight fans. Now we're going to go in and you're going to turn the light off and turn it back on. See how the light levels go up as you turn it off, turn it back on, and there's 1,000 lumens right there. That's a lot of light. And I did some tests on this light. This thing didn't even hardly get warm at all. So I think they should have really went with the higher output on high, maybe 1,500 lumens, and this probably would have gotten quite a bit warmer, but I think the probably would have been a little bit better light output than this. But 1,000 lumens is a lot of light, a flood. It's amazing how that wall of light, and the battery, if you use, like I said, a quality cell, 5,000 milliamps, that thing is incredible run times for pure flood. So if you're needing something, need a large area of light to light up a whole area at once, not with super amount of throw, this light is going to do well, and it's going to run for a long time on high, and there's no step down. So that's what it looks like table standing that bad boy. So now I'm going to show you turbo. Now turbo does get extremely hot, so you definitely don't want to run it for long periods of time, but to get that boom, maybe 10-15 seconds, 5,500 lumens, incredible amount of light. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on now. All you do is press and hold that. Now it will stay on if you leave it on, but if you just click it one time, it'll shut off. Now this does have memory mode, so if you press and hold from off, you can get the blinding 5,000 lumens. From off, it'll go to the next light output that you had it on, and you can turn it off. It will memorize that. Want to let you guys know that that's kind of a nice feature there. And then you're back down to lowest light output. Then of course, if you double click, you can get strobe, and at the full light output, this thing is incredible. Really variable in the speed that it flashes, so really crazy. Now I'm going to go ahead and click the SOS, and it's pretty fast. It's kind of like almost like a strobe effect a little bit. I can't really explain it, but it's definitely very bright. Then of course you've got bike mode. Some people call it pulse. And click it again. You have beacon, and that is at the full light output. Click it again, it'll go to an old style beacon, like I want to call it a lighthouse mode, because as the lighthouse spins around, it brightens up again. It's got that type of effect. And if you click it again, it will now go to a flashing mode, and it's 2 flashes at a time, and that's got a nice separation for that, so that's pretty distracting. And you click it one time and it goes back to the last light output that we had it on before we started all that. So now you can click on the side switch 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and you have another type of 1, 2 flash, 1, 2 flash. So that's pretty interesting on that. And if you want to go back, it'll go to strobe, and now it will go through the additional other light puts that we went through. So that one there is its own little hidden way to get to that. And we'll go back through those special modes. And that's all there is to it. We're back to the regular UI. Now this thing gets warm, especially on those higher outputs. This thing really gets warm. Got to take my hats off to NiWalker. And you just click it one time to turn that off. Then of course if you need it back on, it is on, and turn it back off. So that's how you get through those UI. UI, like I said, NiWalker is a little bit different on how they go about it. But once you kind of play with it, it actually does really well. Performance on this is a very flooded light, so let's wait no further. Let's take this outside, see how it does in the wilderness. We are out here in the darkness with the NiWalker. So let's see how this thing does. It'll be super floody. Check it out. This is going to be too low to turn on and for people to see, so we're going to go ahead and do it now. You can see there, real low, and you're really limited to about 1 to 2 feet. Yeah, maybe a foot. I'm going to turn it off, turn it back on. There's the next level. See how floody that's come alive there a little bit. Oh, nice and floody. Huge area here. There it is on the fence. Not quite making 65 feet, faintly though, but it is making the water spout. So we're going to turn it off, turn it back on, see how it does. There's the next level. The wideness of the beam is amazing, especially if you're needing a floodlight. Wow. And that tree there is 65 feet. So it's making that. There it is on the fence. Way up in the trees and on the ground. Huge amount of light. Let's go to the next level. I'm going to turn it off, turn it back on. That's the next level. Nice jump. Super wide. Spill. And it's got some pretty good range on it out here, especially for 1,000 lumens. And it is making the tree of life. Before and after here. Impressive. And the run times are incredible on this. You're needing a huge area of light. This is going to do great. Alright, we're going to go to the next level. See how it does. There's 1,000 lumens. Look at this. We'll do a beam profile here. how wide this is. Almost down to my feet. Up around the light. All coming from this light. Making it across the park now, faintly. Look at the light that's coming out of here. Nice and wide. Incredible. We'll do a before and after here. Coming the way out. Look at that. "35 feet to that water spout. Nice, even beam. All right, you ready to do turbo? Let's do it on the Tree of Life. I'll do it a few times here. See how it does here. Ready? Here we go. Look at that. Crazy. Wow. Incredible. Huge wall of light. And I hope you enjoyed those night shots. Okay, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed those night shots. Really nice flood beam performance. Again, at only 1,000 lumens, that's still quite a bit of light, especially for the run times that you'll be able to get with that. Someone needing something that's going to last for several hours, if not more, especially depending on the battery that you use, this will be able to provide you a huge amount of flood at 1,000 lumens at the max before turbo. Of course, turbo's really gonna take a beating on that battery, especially you want to use a high quality cell. Use those turbo output wisely. In my opinion, 1,000 lumens is plenty of light. This is a very unique design, kind of grown on me a little bit, kind of played with it out there tonight, and this has a lot of potential. Kind of wish that they went with a little bit higher on the high, then maybe 1,500 lumens. I think this would have been perfect, maybe 1,500, 700, and then the next one down below that. 1,000 lumens is still quite a bit of light, especially for a flood beam. Built solid, feels good in the hand when you're holding it. Again, it's not a huge light, so it's definitely compact. So I like the fact that it runs on the 21700 cell. That's always a big plus. So there's a big market out there, and it's going to get even bigger because it's becoming more and more popular. You kind of have less weight, but you still have the high amp capabilities on those cells. It being USB rechargeable, did not come with a cable to recharge it, so it takes a micro. So if you have a cell phone charger, you should be able to charge this without any issues. Now I want to thank Banggood.com for sending me this NiWalker to review. Now if this is something you are interested in getting, especially if you are needing of a good long-lasting 1,000 lumen floodlight, this is definitely some of the best bet that I've seen. The only downfall, like I said, is the UI is different, but it's not impossible to use. It's actually quite easy. Now I will leave a link to my store down in the description. Also, a discount code will be there, but if you go to my page there at Banggood, you'll see the code right at the top. Just click on that. It'll automatically copy. You can add it to your cart, paste it there. You'll be ready to go and save some money on this, should you be interested in getting it. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share, like, and subscribe. That way I can bring more of these NiWalkers to you in the future. Thanks for watching. Take care.